Oh, she's the worm!
She's the worms!
Oops. Never mind.
I wonder if the power's on.
Oops. Oh my goodness, the car honks. Carter. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Cough. I knew it was coming too. Yeah, bud, this is completely normal, don't you know? Hi friends, I'm Prize Private Eye, and tonight we are finishing Tangle Tower, for sure. Actually, we're gonna do it. For some reason, it's taken me a lot longer to play this while recording it than it did playing it live. Probably because I'm not playing in as long segments, but we're gonna finish it. So let's just hop right in. I don't even remember where we left off. I think we were talking to everybody again because I showed her literally everything. Okay. Oh. There's a thing.
This wasn't
thing.
What is it?
We're definitely going to pick it up. We're not going to leave it alone.
Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two. Freya. Aww.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
That's not creepy at all.
Oh, it's confirmed.
I think she probably meant it for someone else, though.
We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep us to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Unfinished business. Alright. So if I remember correctly, it needs no we need to stay there. Thank you. When it hears certain melodies, it reacts. It's that one, and then doorbell. It reacts to Poppy playing her piano music. I can get her to play the sheet music.
It's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
There we go. Doorbell, piano, bird song. Is there one more? I'm trying to remember how many symbols this thing has. It's gonna unlock this. It has 4.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Oh,
Let's come back.
we need to hear what's on the tape. the singing on the tape. Which is this one, I believe. There we go. Alright. Let's go unlock the statue.
That's all 4 melodies.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now. That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Are we gonna go in?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's a couple of things I want to do first.
Oh, we have to... Oh no. Alright, who am I missing? Who have I not had a suspicion conversation with yet? Penny. Just Penny? It's literally just Penny. Okay. I don't remember how to trigger that. Let's maybe try talking to Fitz, see if he gives us something. Or maybe I missed something in her room. I don't know. Let's...
Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
Thanks. You're incredibly helpful, Fitz. Okay, I don't think any of these things are gonna help us. Guess let's go see if I missed something in Penny's room.
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
So I opened this. Lots of birds. We looked at the flower.
This is the fanciest room so far.
Too fancy.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Penny's books. Mostly novels.
Alright.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you. Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared
Okay
that
then.
up.
That's
What
really
about the one
helpful.
on your head?
On my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Some people name their hats. Josiah Crowley named his hat.
Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
I enjoy that he responded the same way that I did to that. That's great.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
Yes, very sad.
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Okay. Let's see if maybe... There we go.
Those petals, something suspicious.
There we go.
Let's ask her about it.
Yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote "now
Sure.
I'll get her" on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
Here, let's see what we can find. This one.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Many things. Mostly that your birds are spies.
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz, but it didn't work. Almost. Maybe just... One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type.
You sure
I would
about
never
that?
suspect Fitz
You sure about that?
anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
The feathers. Where are the feathers? There they are.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Silly feather.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it!
Oh,
Knowing the 2 of them are hidden away up there in their private
quite the crash
little
out.
garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days. But being with Poppy...
he's quiet with
seems to
everyone
be
though.
his show.
Like,
I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Are we done?
oof.
For now. It's about time we found out what's beneath the garden.
Let's go into a secret tunnel.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Let's go. Underneath. That was a short chapter.
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you call them rooms. Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study. What's in there?
Bugs.
It's a little diagram of a beetle with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
Weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
That one's a
9
diamond.
beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
Now, there's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they...
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly
Alright, he already said that.
A candle, perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
Medieval pirates.
Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell. A glass tank, it's full of plants.
There's a layer of condensation on the inside. Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it?
So let's unlock it.
Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Alright. This puzzle gave me fits the first time I did it. Fits. Just took forever. Let's see if we can solve it a little bit quicker this time.
No, that was it.
Got
Nice
it.
work.
Nice.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
But it must be important to be locked away. Oh, we're missing a page. I know what page goes there. Game's not ready for me to put it there.
Whose research is this? This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
We have the missing section. We can fix it.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Wait, Pointer.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Let's go.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty. Basements don't
We're
normally...
at the bottom of the lake. There must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything.
An excellent question.
That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Oh. The ink tip, an elegant bird with red and white plumage. The silver snake, an aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue. Soul bearer, a crab with 3 differently sized claws. And the amphobi, a frog-like creature walking on 2 legs.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Not blank.
Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it?
Oh, there's another room.
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Alright.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Oh no.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
It's a metal stabbing thingy. A sleek but sturdy metal rod. It has been stabbed into a photograph. Has a small loop at the back with a short length of red rope connected to it.
So it's the photo.
It's been framed but is slightly damp. The photograph shows a young girl. A large man is sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
Alright, now we talk to Poppy. Or not Poppy, this is, Sally.
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with 1 candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Excellent
Why
point.
is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Fellow.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
No.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sorry,
when you know who
yeah,
he
no,
is.
it's Lord Remington.
Lord Remington.
There we go.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father. Meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Okay,
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall.
let's go
I
find
want
the
to
secret
that
study.
last room. Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
How long were we down there?
Too long.
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, It's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
There's a ladder.
A ladder?
Want to go up?
All right. The Hidden Heart. Ooh.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
But there's a feather.
Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Photograph in a sturdy wooden frame is dusty and looks several years old. A brass plaque at the base of the frame reads "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. All 5 people have had their faces crudely covered in black ink.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
None of them are still here.
It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3? Good. You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
Okay. But I
This
need to look
crab
at the
really
That little
image.
wooden...
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
I need to see if we can look at the image in here. Yes. There we go.
Is that a crab?
It's got a
Also, crabs...
Okay, so this one goes like that.
Perfect.
Got it. Oh, the missing
What's this?
weapon, perhaps?
something somebody didn't want us to find.
It's missing some things, it looks like.
What is it?
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean you solved the mystery. It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Can't I? It won't let me. Okay. What haven't I clicked on yet?
Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Fifth ambassador located, finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed, no better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend to the music room for experiments. It works, perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom. Nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful. Nothing was moved, but I know. It's time.
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion. But nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
What's this one? And this one.
Painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. As for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else. Someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Sorry. That's really loud in my headphones. The murder. Getting real close to the end.
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. Would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
There was something in the gramophone.
Something small.
'Twas a beetle. Because it makes a loud hiss. Records of over 95 decibels.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. And I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The horn it's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too. Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
How?
With headphones on statue.
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Let's go.
The plant. It's in the book.
What?
Look.
Ooh, it's a specific type of plant.
Freya, did you leave us a clue? Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Okay. It's just Freya's paints again.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
There's a second plant. Where's the... There's no second plant on the window right now.
I can see the stars.
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's inked feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
Burnt.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas. That's not it.
No? Okay. I was hoping. I don't know what she wants me to... Maybe in here?
That's not it.
How did Flora show us her intentions for the painting?
That's not it.
No?
Freya prepared all the colors she
There
was
we
going
go.
to need before she started painting.
Yellow.
Yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh,
I can move this back. Every time the air conditioning comes on, it starts to get loud in my microphone. Oh, look, a bird. I wonder who that belongs to.
There she is. Our little thief.
how long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did. But she's a very good listener.
Hawkshaw.
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Oh.
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention? Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy. The volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower. And you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, We only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of...
Get a little bit of an inferiority complex here, lady.
For granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to her bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. Paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
More observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term.
Grimoire. Oh my
For my
goodness.
time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
I should know this. What did she find? I think it's actually the
5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the Ambassador.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
Rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash.
The afterimage of a bygone era, denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts. The creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And what happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission. A unified
Poor Penny.
But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystics. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. Considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misty Mansion.
The beetle.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe me, a victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
Carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in.
It's a lot of gold.
Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed.
Interesting.
It's not much, but I have what I need.
So why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
The will of Freya Fellow. Ooh hoo hoo.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare.
Oh.
For all her vitality. I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona.
Oh.
The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all three families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Oh.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Give them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural.
She does all
I
this,
believe it
but
made
she
things
still,
marginally
like,
less painful for
cares
them
about her friends,
initially.
her
Worked on
family.
you too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that happened.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two, all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her. But who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were
Oh,
pretty
okay.
close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But
Oh,
what
poor
happened?
Poppy.
Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid
I thought it was
she
just a
did.
hat.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I
Excellent.
think that's what she would have wanted.
We did it. All right. Oh, no. That just makes it full screen. Well, thank you so much for watching this playthrough of Tangle Tower. It is such an interesting game. It's lots and lots of fun. Tune in next time for more detective fun. We're not playing more of the Tangle Tower series, although we are waiting with bated breath for that next one to come out. There will be more videos coming very, very soon. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.